Hello folks! Today I will talk about traveling. And when I say traveling, I'm not talking about that thing people with money do to know new places, have fun, and rubbing it on other people's faces. I'm talking about moving from one place to another because you need to. You know, like when you take a bus to travel from the city you live to your hometown. In my case, I live in a place shaped like a kinky boot, but I was born on a place shaped like a sad man on a horse. And they are like 1,000 kilometers apart. For a long time, the best way I could go between these places was by long distance bus. And the whole deal takes like 16 hours. The stiff couches, the fumes of the chemical bathroom, the weird half-warmed foods they throw at you, and the fact that they turn off all the lights and energy sources at some point so you can't read, draw, or do something useful. The best thing you can do on that situation is to sleep, but even that is a complicated task. You have snores, movement, and other normal stuff. It doesn't matter if the ticket said bed-like. It's not bed-like. Never. You can crawl and try to reduce yourself to fit in, but you won't. Your butt cheeks are going to have a bad time. Other terrible thing you most likely find on this kind of trip is children. Think about it. If you're suffering to this, imagine a child. Hours of being bored and caged, with no real air, just everyone's recycled breath. Of course they will cry and be annoying, and if their parents are jerks, like most times, this will continue and get worse and worse, and they will make everyone around them as miserable as possible. As you can guess, I hate traveling like that. The only time it wasn't the worst thing ever was because I stuck my face into the tiny screen on my cubicle and watched like 6 movies non-stop, ignoring everything. Then some miracle happened, and they opened a direct plane ticket on the same price range, and it is paradise. You reach the airport, you panic about getting your boarding ticket with no problems or delays, then you wait a little more, you take the plane, and you're done. You reach destiny in like 2 hours or whatever. It's amazing. The freaking technology. I love planes. I don't care they are shady and terrible business models. From time to time, I did the cheap version of the other traveling thing, the one about having fun and knowing places. And it's fun! If it's planned and you have some kind of security about the things you are going to do or where you are going to sleep or take a bath, it's fun. If not, avoid. At least if you are me, avoid at all costs. There was one where all students slept on a university's cafeteria on the floor. We reached the place on a long distance bus filled with drunk and drunk people. It was kind of an adventure, I guess. One time we ended up being moved around on trucks like cattle, and that was the best part, the comfortable one, because the other part was walking upwards on a terrain full of bees, where the sun was hot as hell and the shadow was frozen. And that one was a trip for hours and hours walking. An advice I can give you from this experience is never to trust anybody on distances. If they are locals, just assume they are lying to your face when they say the place you need to reach is near. Every time we asked on that trip, the answer was always, it's near, it's just around the corner. That meant 3 kilometers more or something like that. Always. Dude, just tell me, yeah, it's like 7 kilometers afar, it's okay. And it's fine, I will put my mind into it. I don't care, I like walking. But this stupid attitude of, oh boy, it's near, I swear, boo-hoo-hoo, you silly non-local person. I enjoy your pain for some reason. Just enrages me. I wanted to kill everyone on that trip, but I was so tired and sunburned. I will talk about all the times I was sunburned in another video. Most of the bad things on any trip are people. A simple example of this is when you do a normal urban trip on your city. You take a bus and it's hot outside and people are there, canned together, and no one opens any windows. Why? I don't know. The people near the windows just keep them shut. Maybe they don't want their hair to get messy, or I don't know. And they make everyone feel sick for the lack of oxygen. A not so awful person advice, it's open your window, even if it's not hot. If you're not freezing or, I don't know, you're sick or something, open it. You will avoid viruses and awful things that floats around on closed and crowded buses. It's disgusting. Other advice, try to not rub yourself on people like a creep. And if you can occupy less space, do it. Bus travel is awful for all of us. Just try to be a better person when you have to do it. Another thing that always happens to me when I'm trying to pack up my bags is that my cats don't let me. They just go inside them and mess everything around, and they sit on my stuff. They look at me with that face full of sadness like, you're abandoning me. Why are you doing this to me? I love you. And they proceed to destroy your things inside. It's always like that. I don't know why. My cats on the different places I live, they both do that. Maybe they had a pact about doing that to me every time I need to travel. travel. Well, that was a quick summarize of my experiences as a person who needs to move farther and quicker than her feet can. If you have any memory about a mess trip, a thing you hate from the different ways of traveling, tell me in the comments. As always, thank you for watching and I'll see you later.